And as you allow your breathing just to begin to fall into a nice natural pattern, all I need you to do is to focus on the sound of my voice and on the words, and allow me to guide you. I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And with every number that I count, I'd like you, Anna, to double the relaxation that's already there in your mind. In hypnosis, you're going to be able to talk, and it will only serve to make this deeper, this experience even more rich and real. Look at your hands. What color are your hands? What color is the skin?
Brown.
Okay.
Olive brown.
What clothes have you got on?
Just sort of rough, hewn, sewn clothes. Like pants and a top, like shorts and a top.
What gender are you? Are you a female or male?
No, I'm a boy.
Okay. And when you say you're a boy, do you get a sense of how old you are?
About 10.
What family do you have?
Just have a father.
And where would your father be if you were to know?
He's back at home.
Okay. And what?
Father's old.
Okay. Father's old.
Yeah. He's got like a walking stick and he's just sitting in a chair at the table, not looking very happy.
So why don't you ask your father, why is he not very happy? What's happening? What's going on?
No, I'm not hearing anything, but he's like he's worn out. He's beaten by life. He's, I don't know, it's like there's some impending doom or something.
Oh, okay. And tell me, what do they call you? What does your father call you?
Asifa.
Can I call you Asifa? Yeah, okay, Asifa. Tell me, Asifa, you're 10 years old. Are you happy?
Not really.
Why would a little 10-year-old boy not be very happy?
Missing his mum, my mum. She was taken away. Soldiers.
Do you know why they did that?
Thought she was bad.
Okay. Which country is this? Where are you?
Iraq.
Is there anything that you feel like you should see while you're here?
I want to see my mum.
Well, the beautiful thing is, you can. Anything is possible in this experience. And so if you close your eyes and wish it, you can find yourself transported to the side of your mum. Do that now.
She's locked behind bars.
Okay.
And her hair's really matted and long. And her clothes are tatty.
Okay.
She's really happy to see me.
And now in a moment, I'm going to ask you just to zip forward right to the very last day of life in this body as Asifa. Do that now. What's happening? Where are you?
In bed.
Okay.
My wife is there.
Uh-huh.
There's children and grandchildren. Everybody's gathered around the bed.
Okay. What is it that you're dying of?
Just old age.
Okay.
Just heart is stopping.
Okay.
And I'm at peace. I'm happy.
You're happy, yeah? What are the most important lessons that you have learned from this life?
To love and live well. To cherish family. To be honourable. To be kind.
Asifa, do you believe that you have fulfilled your purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been able to forgive?
Oh. Yeah. Took a while.
Yeah. And what helped you to be able to forgive? What did you have to think to be able to forgive?
It's just the passing of time and just knowing that the bitterness wasn't worth hanging on to. My wife, she helped me with that.
Yeah. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you just to leave this life, pass through the barrier. And now I'm going to ask you to allow yourself to be taken up to the place that we go to in between lives. And then give me a report. What are you aware of?
Space. Lots of stars. It's dark.
Are you alone? Or with others?
Alone. But I get the feeling there are others. But they're not within sight or holding hands distance. It feels liberating. It's like anything's possible.
Now,
It's fun.
it feels fun.
Yeah.
I'd like you, if it's possible, to seek out the other beings that are there so that we can have conversation. Let's find out who else is here or what else is here.
It's family. Lots of family.
What are they doing? Why are they there?
They're just there. They're sort of in a semicircle around me, behind me, as if to say, this is, we're your people.
Are there any of them that seem very familiar to you?
They're all familiar. They're all, they're very supportive.
And perhaps you could ask, have you shared existences with these beings? Just ask them how many existences you share.
27.
And why have you all chosen to work together?
It's to do with love. It's our mission.
And what does that mission involve? If love is involved, what is the mission?
It's just spreading the word of love.
And are you being successful in that as a group?
Mostly.
Uh-huh.
Not everybody wants to hear it.
Sure. Does that worry you as a group, that some people don't want to listen?
Not worry. It's a little bit frustrating. But we recognize that we all get there in the end.
And ask the group, what is the long-term outcome? What's the long-term purpose?
It's peace through love.
So this is a very beautiful place. And I'd like you to take here, to absorb, to take in all of that love and allow your group to give you any gifts that they feel is appropriate for you right now. And then you can say your farewells for the moment, knowing that they'll be with you always.
Yeah, that was lovely. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I made some little notes as we were going, but really you've got it all on. You're speaking nice and clearly. What was also interesting, lots of people, I can't hear them when they're in hypnosis. I say, what? So what are you aware of? How am I going to guide you? But you were nice and clear. But when you went up in between lives, the whole energy of your body changed and your voice dropped and you were speaking very quietly. So it's a very different, that's why I said the energy is very different there, isn't it?
Yeah. It felt different. It felt better. Well, not better, but there was just potential. Yeah, it was nice. And we didn't really even have shapes or anything. We weren't in human form, just sort of shadowy, but not bad shadowy, nice shadowy.
Yeah, lots of people talk about orbs, light, just light or whatever, all kinds of...
Oh, you're frozen.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sort of like we're sparkly.
Yeah. Very good. So was that experience what you expected? Was it not what you expected, or how was that?
It was, I didn't know where I'd end up, so that was unexpected. I'm really happy to have had this because it was beautiful. Yeah. It was different. Well, the situations weren't anticipated, but I was hoping I would end up somewhere, and I did. So I'm delighted.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, what was interesting was that because quite often, particularly the first one, people have. I just recently did one, and she had a terrible experience, terrible life, really bad, and then we did it again, and she had an awful life again, and that's quite frequent that people go back to quite extreme experiences. But yours, all right, you had some tough challenges at the beginning with your mum, but your actual life was quite a good life. And you fulfilled.
Became good.
Yeah.
And I feel like I had another family in my wife's family, because my dad, he was shut down, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I made another family.
Sure. Yeah. And do you think that was your dad was like that just because of what happened with his wife?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
He just couldn't cope, and he just sat there morosely. Yeah, and didn't give me any love. I was just tolerated, felt like.
Right. But you did end up forgiving, and your wife helped you to forgive, and you were able to let it go. So that's good. So, I asked that question because quite often people take what I would call, the karma from one life, and they haven't resolved it. It often goes into other lives, but it looked like end of the life, there was a resolution there, which is great.
Yeah. I mean, I got the impression that it took a long time, and if it wasn't for my wife, I don't think I would have forgiven.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, excellent.